Number 1. Theophilus of Adana. The story of Theophilus of Adana is one of the earliest accounts of a man selling his soul to the devil, a narrative that would later inspire the legend of Faust. Theophilus was a devout and highly respected church official. In a display of modesty, he refused a promotion to the position of bishop, believing it was the humble path to take. However, his decision proved to be a turning point for the worse. Shortly after his refusal, he was stripped of his original position and faced severe persecution and slander from his enemies. Thrown into poverty and feeling betrayed by those he served, Theophilus reached a breaking point. In his desperation, he sought the assistance of a sorcerer who facilitated a meeting with a demonic entity. The terms were absolute. To regain his lost influence and wealth, Theophilus was required to formally renounce Christ and the Virgin Mary. He sealed this pact with his own blood. Following the agreement, his status was restored, and he climbed to power once again. Yet, the victory was short-lived as the guilt of his betrayal began to consume him. Seeking salvation, Theophilus embarked on a 40-day fast of intense prayer. According to historical accounts, the Virgin Mary appeared to him. She confronted the demonic forces and reclaimed the blood-signed contract. Upon his awakening, he found the document physically placed in his hands. Theophilus immediately confessed his actions to the high priest and returned the contract to be burned. He spent his final days in penitence and died in peace. His story remains a significant piece of medieval lore, illustrating the theme of spiritual redemption against the weight of a dark past. Number 2. Johann Georg Faust. The legend of Johann Georg Faust remains one of the most enduring stories of human ambition. Living in the 16th century, Faust was a polymath, a doctor, astronomer, and alchemist who wandered across Europe. He was a man of profound intellect, yet he was deeply rebellious against both the church and the scientific traditions of his time. As his reputation grew, so did the dark rumors surrounding him. It was whispered that he was never truly alone, always accompanied by a black dog that many believed to be the demon Mephistopheles in animal form. People claimed that Faust had entered into a pact with the devil. In exchange for his soul, he would be granted all earthly knowledge and every form of satisfaction for a period of 24 years. At the end of the 24-year term, the pact reached its gruesome conclusion. Neighbors found Faust's body in a motel room, mutilated in a way that defied natural explanation. This horrific sight only fueled the legends that the devil had finally come to collect his due. The story of Faust poses a timeless question. Is it ever justifiable for a human to push beyond the limits of nature and divine law in the pursuit of knowledge? His life serves as a cautionary tale about the cost of absolute ambition and the thin line between genius and destruction. Number 3. Niccolò Paganini. Niccolò Paganini, the legendary 19th-century violinist, never claimed to have sold his soul. Yet, his musical prowess was so unnatural that the world became convinced his talent could not have come from human hands alone. Paganini possessed an extraordinary physical ability, with fingers that moved with a speed and dexterity that defied the laws of anatomy, allowing him to perform pieces deemed impossible for any other musician. His performances were often shrouded in atmosphere. He frequently played in near-total darkness, leaving audiences mesmerized and terrified. The public began to whisper that the hands manipulating the violin could not be human. A persistent rumor emerged that Paganini had been imprisoned for over a decade, and during this isolation, the devil himself visited his cell regularly, teaching him secrets of the violin that no mortal could ever master. The suspicion followed him even beyond the grave. Upon his death, the Catholic Church refused to grant him a Christian burial, officially labeling him a sorcerer. It took his family several years of grueling legal battles to finally secure his resting place in consecrated ground. Whether Paganini was truly a virtuoso favored by dark forces, or simply a man whose brilliance far outpaced the understanding of his era, remains a subject of debate. His life serves as a stark reminder of how society often confuses extreme genius with the supernatural. Number 4. Robert Leroy Johnson. The history of blues music is anchored by one of its most enigmatic figures, Robert Johnson. In his early years, Johnson was, by all accounts, an unremarkable guitar player. He was frequently ridiculed and even chased out of bars for his poor performances. He was a man struggling to find his voice, until he suddenly disappeared from the local scene for several months. When Johnson returned, he was a different man. His technical ability had evolved overnight into a mastery that no one had ever witnessed before. The impossible speed and complexity of his playing left audiences stunned. It wasn't long before a chilling legend emerged to explain this sudden transformation. According to the lore, Johnson had wandered to a remote crossroads in Mississippi on a dark night, where he met a towering, mysterious figure. It was whispered that this figure took Johnson's guitar, tuned it, played a haunting melody, and handed it back, effectively transferring the secrets of the instrument to him in exchange for his soul. While this story remains a piece of folklore, it became inseparable from Johnson's identity. Johnson's life was tragically cut short at the age of 27 under mysterious circumstances. His early death only cemented the rumors of a supernatural bargain. To this day, the myth of the crossroads remains a central, haunting chapter in the heritage of blues music, a testament to the power of a legacy that continues to intrigue listeners decades later.